In the quiet light of dawn, across fields and farms, a small miracle takes shape. It is an object of simple perfection. The egg, held within its smooth protective shell, is a promise of life, a potential for a new beginning. For thousands of years, humanity has looked upon this humble orb with wonder. It is a symbol of nourishment, found in the nests of birds, hidden amongst the grasses and leaves. We saw in it not just a meal, but a fundamental part of the great cycle of life. This simple, elegant design has provided sustenance to countless generations, a reliable treasure in a world of uncertainty. The history of humans and eggs is a long and intertwined story. Long before we built villages and cities, our ancestors were gatherers. They would search the wild landscapes for these precious finds. An egg was a perfect package of energy, sealed by nature itself. It required no complex tools to prepare, just a little warmth. This connection to the egg is deep within us, a memory passed down through the ages. It represents a time when our survival was tied directly to the rhythms of the natural world, to the laying seasons of birds and the quiet observation of their habits. Its shape is so familiar, so reassuring. It fits perfectly in the palm of a hand. The shell, though delicate, is a marvel of natural engineering. It protects the precious liquid gold within, a rich yolk suspended in a clear, nourishing embrace. This simple food has fueled explorers on long voyages. It has comforted children at the breakfast table. It has been a centerpiece of celebrations and a staple in times of scarcity. The egg's role in our diet is more than just nutritional. It is cultural, woven into the very fabric of our shared human experience, a constant companion on our journey. Look closely at its surface. You might see tiny specks, subtle variations in color. Each one tells a story of the hen that laid it, of the sunlight and the soil of its home. It is a direct link to the land, a small piece of the natural world delivered to our kitchens. In our modern age, it is easy to forget this connection. But the egg remains a powerful reminder. It reminds us that our food comes from living creatures, from a complex and beautiful ecosystem. It asks us to pause, just for a moment, and appreciate the simple, profound gift that it is. The journey begins in the hushed warmth of the henhouse. Here, amidst the soft clucking and the rustle of straw, the egg is laid. It is a moment of quiet creation. The hen, in its instinctual wisdom, has produced something remarkable. Soon after, gentle hands will arrive. The farmer, a custodian of this daily process, carefully gathers the eggs. Each one is inspected, a silent assessment of its quality. This is a task that requires patience and a gentle touch, a respect for the creature and its offering. The air is filled with the scent of hay and earth, a timeless aroma of rural life. From the farm, the eggs begin their quiet procession. They are placed in cartons, cradled in protective pulp that mimics the safety of the nest. This is a crucial step, ensuring they travel without harm. The journey might be short, just a few miles to a local market. Or it could be longer, a carefully managed trip in a climate-controlled truck, heading towards the bright aisles of a city supermarket. Along the way, the eggs are kept cool and steady. They are silent passengers on a voyage from the countryside to the heart of our communities, their precious contents shielded from the bumps and turns of the road. Upon arrival, they are arranged on the shelves, an orderly display of potential meals. Here, under the calm, Even lighting of the store, they wait. They have completed their journey from the farm. Now they await the final leg of their travels, the trip to our homes. We, the shoppers, come and make our selection. We choose between brown and white, large and small. We place them carefully in our baskets, continuing the chain of care that began in the hen house. It is a simple transaction, but one that connects us, however briefly, to the distant farm and the rhythms of a more natural world. Finally, they arrive in the kitchen. The carton is opened, and the egg is ready. It has traveled from the warmth of the nest, through the hands of the farmer, across miles of road, to this very moment. It is a journey of trust and care. Now it is up to us. Will it be boiled, fried, or scrambled? Will it become part of a cake, a celebration of sweetness? The final act of its story is about to be written. In this simple, everyday object lies a remarkable journey, a quiet procession from the natural world directly to our table, a story of connection we can hold in our hands. For many years, this perfect food has lived under a shadow of doubt. A whisper of concern grew into a loud and persistent warning. The source of this worry was a single word: cholesterol. Scientists discovered that the egg's golden yolk was rich in this waxy substance. At the same time, we learned that high levels of cholesterol in our blood could lead to serious problems for our hearts. It seemed logical then to connect the two. The thinking was simple. Eating cholesterol must surely raise the cholesterol inside our bodies. And so, the humble egg became a suspect in a very serious investigation. This concern spread quickly through our culture. Doctors began advising patients to limit their intake. Health headlines warned of the dangers lurking within the shell. For a time, the egg was seen almost as a foe. People would carefully separate the yolk, discarding the most nutrient-dense part of the egg, in an attempt to protect their health. The idea of eating an egg every day, once a common and comforting habit, became a topic of debate and anxiety. The simple joy of a morning egg was replaced by a sense of caution, even guilt. A cloud of uncertainty had gathered over what was once a clear and simple pleasure. The belief became deeply ingrained. It was a piece of common wisdom, passed from one person to another. Don't eat too many eggs. They're bad for your cholesterol. This sentence was heard in kitchens and clinics around the world. The egg's reputation suffered greatly. It was a classic case of judging something by one of its components, without understanding the whole picture. The complex, nourishing whole of the egg was reduced to its cholesterol content. We focused so intently on this one element that we risked losing sight of the egg's many other qualities, the vitamins, minerals, and proteins it so generously provides. This fear created a curious situation. We turned away from a natural whole food that had sustained us for millennia. In its place, we often chose highly processed breakfast alternatives, foods that were perhaps lower in cholesterol but also lower in overall nutrition. The shadow of doubt had changed our behavior, steering us away from the farm and towards the factory. The story of the egg and cholesterol is a powerful example of how a little bit of information, without the full context, can create widespread confusion and fear, changing the way we eat for decades. But science is a patient explorer. It does not rest on old assumptions. Over time, researchers continued to study the egg, looking more closely at its relationship with our bodies. They began to uncover a more complex and reassuring truth. What they found was that for most healthy people, the cholesterol we eat in our food has a surprisingly small effect on the cholesterol in our blood. Our bodies, it turns out, are much smarter than we realized. The liver is the main producer of cholesterol in our bodies, and it regulates its production based on our needs. The true culprits for raising harmful blood cholesterol, science now whispers, are not foods like eggs. Instead, the evidence points strongly towards saturated and trans fats. These are the types of fats often found in processed foods, baked goods, and some fatty meats. When we eat too much of these, our liver is prompted to produce more cholesterol, which can then build up in our arteries. The cholesterol in an egg, on the other hand, comes as part of a package. It is bundled with nutrients that support our health, and our bodies seem to process it in a very different way. So, how many eggs are safe? For the vast majority of the population, the evidence now suggests that an egg a day is perfectly fine. Some research even indicates that up to 7 eggs per week does not increase the risk of heart disease in healthy individuals. The old strict limits have been relaxed. The scientific community has largely moved on from the idea that eggs are a danger. They are now seen once again as a nutritious, affordable, and beneficial part of a balanced diet. The shadow of doubt is finally beginning to lift, revealing the humble egg in the clear light of new understanding. Of course, we are all unique. For individuals with certain pre-existing conditions, such as type 2 diabetes, or those who have a genetic predisposition to high cholesterol, a more cautious approach may be wise. For them, a conversation with a doctor is the best path. But for most of us, the message is one of gentle reassurance. We can welcome the egg back to our tables without fear. The quiet adventure of understanding this food has led us back to where we began, to an appreciation of a simple, natural, and nourishing gift. The truth was not hidden, but merely waiting patiently to be seen in its entirety.